But we tend to see more women who are more desperate the older that they get, trying to find somebody until they just feel like I'm giving up. I'm not gonna find nobody, right?
Tastemakers.
Class. We do more than make a living, we make a life. When everything is dark, we are the light. We are the tastemakers, aight. Let tomorrow tell the stories that we make tonight. We do more than make a living.
So, I don't know where this topic came from. Oh, I do. I do know where this topic came from. You got the content for this one, Bree?
Yep.
All right, so guys, just so y'all know what's going on, I've been out of the loop, obviously, because of the things that are going on in my house. So, so some of these topics, I'm like, ooh, where did the source come from? But I think I did actually see this one here. Let's go ahead and check it out.
That part, JL.
How old are you?
I'm 47.
Let's say I wanted to take you out on a date. How much should I spend on that first date?
It doesn't matter. If there's a connection, it could be hot dogs in the park.
No, did you feel the same way when you were 22?
No.
What was the difference?
Educating myself, wisdom, being on the earth, understanding that someone can have means, but it doesn't mean they have to show it right away. It's about connecting with someone.
What would the expectation have been back then as opposed to, now?
I think more of looking for someone to take care of me as opposed to I'm looking for someone that is going to be a partner that's going to complement what I'm already doing and what I've already got going on. I'm not going to be triggered or attached to any old patterns or old ways of picking someone. And I'm fine if I don't wind up having someone. I'm a whole person and
that's all you need.
That's all I need.
I'm gonna go to Goss first with this. Goss, does getting older make you less picky when dating?
He said this 2 weeks ago.
Gotcha. I think for women it does. I think for men it's the opposite. I think the older men get more picky and older women get less picky because of typically they want it more than we do. It's nice for us to have. It's a cool little, not little, I shouldn't say that. It's a it's a thing for sure, but we tend to see more women who are more desperate the older that they get, trying to find somebody until they just feel like I'm giving up. I'm not gonna find nobody, right? And not saying men don't do that, because I know men who very badly want to be married, but when we think about that idea, in my opinion, I feel like that's more of a trait that you find in a woman. So it was interesting because when she said she was 57? 47. And then she said when she was 22, she cared more about it. So at 22, I mean, you're not the most established person at 22 either. So the guys
brain ain't even fully developed.
Yeah, for sure. So guys at 22, I think we're still taking girls to Cheesecake Factory. We're still walking the park. We're still
you won't get in Cheesecake Factory.
When you're right. 22. Cheesecake's kind of expensive at 22. You're right.
At 22, you won't even get in Cheesecake Factory.
Nah, you're right. So like for us, the age doesn't change how we date you, as far as like not over a connection. You know what I'm saying? But I think sometimes for women, like she was saying, it mattered for her at 22, but it doesn't matter at 47. I think it's because you want it more. You're more desperate for it. But then she said at the end that she doesn't care if she gets married. She's still a whole person, which is true.
What you got, Key?
I think I'm pickier now that I'm older than I was when I was younger. When I was younger, I was dating all these little randoms. I mean, like, it was like, oh, I'm just young. It's fun. We're cool. Now that I'm older, I have way more to lose. So I cannot just be like, oh, it's whatever. Like, nah, I won't say my rules are a little more stringent. I got a lot more rules around my life. And so I can't just be like, I can't just be dating whatever. So I understand where she's coming from, but I don't know that she necessarily, like, she didn't say if she was a mom. She didn't say where she was, I don't know. I get, when you get older, you recognize what matters. I think for me, when I was younger, I was made way more whimsical. I was way more flighty. I was like, it's whatever. I don't care. Now that I'm older, it's like, oh wait, no, we can't move like that in these streets. So like, I need a specific type of dude if I'm gonna be settling down with somebody. Um, so I guess being in, like, going through life, she realized what mattered to her. As I've gotten older, I realized what matters to me, and for me, I just have way more to lose, so I can't just be like any old body. It's like whatever. I can lower my standards. Now, in terms of the date, because the question was how much would a guy spend, how much should somebody spend on a date on you? It's not the price of the date, but the quality of the date that I'm on. I've had this conversation at least a dozen times in the last 6 months. And like, it's not the quality, it's not the price of the date, it's the quality of the person and the overall feel of the date. I've been on really expensive dates that were like watching paint dry. And I'm just counting the minutes until this Negro is done with his food so that I can give him his half of the bill and go home because I hate this date. Then I've been on dates that didn't cost a thing. And it was like we ended up hanging out all day together. What started off as a breakfast date ended up us hanging out all day. So it's the quality of the date overall for me. And that's come with age.
Okay. And again, just reminiscence of the title of the segment again. Does getting older make you less picky when dating? Brina.
Um, I think, growing up and maturing, you're at a point where you know what you want out of life, you know what matters, and you really you know what you want. Um, so your choices are gonna be, it's like there's gonna be more targeted. You're not gonna be as willing to just accept anything. Like, you know, different types of people you would have given opportunities to when you were younger. So I think, yeah, when you get a little bit older, I don't know if it's picky, but I think it's just more selective.
Hmm.
That's what I
More
think.
selective. John H., the word pleasure in that scripture actually be getting my attention too. Not just wax old pleasure. I'm like, what's pleasure? Anyway, so I hear what you guys are saying. Um, you get more picky, is what you guys are saying. I think the question is probably more concerning the frivolous things, the list, etc. Would you guys agree or disagree?
Say that one more time.
I think the question is really more pertaining to the frivolous things.
Oh,
He got to do this, he got to do that, he got to be this, he got to be that. Does the
Yeah, I
list
mean, at some
get a
point
little
you
bit
gotta
more
let that go.
flaky as you
Yeah,
get older?
yeah. I
I would
mean, my
agree
list
with
is
that.
he got to be saved.
Amen.
He got to be a believer. He got to be above a certain age because Atlanta is home of the young cats hollering at chicks trying to make them cougars. You got to be above a certain age. Um, for me personally, you got to be a certain weight. I don't mind, like, I don't, skinny dudes are not attractive to me. So those are few, like, those are non-negotiables. Where you work, how you talk, unless you got to have teeth in your head because a lot of people don't have any teeth. Like, these are things that matter. You mean? So I don't have like a crate. Like, he has to make six figures. He has to do this. He has to do this. I know how to build a bag. We can build a bag together. That's not an issue. We can build an empire together. So those kinds of, like, he needs to have this thing, drive this car, do that thing. Right? He got to have his teeth. He can't be. I mean, like, I'll tell y'all the Waffle House story with the toothless cook another day. But listen, there's a whole story about a toothless cook who tried to hit on me for, like, I'll tell y'all
John
another.
H. said you described John P.
Shut up, John.
John said he showed up.
That's funny.
John, that's
No,
hilarious to
it's
me.
it's it's like it's not like, oh, he has to be. Well, first of all, no, I didn't say John P. is shaped like Grimace. I didn't say he got to be a ginormous dude. I just said he can't be skinny.
Wow.
So no, it's not. That's not John P. Key.
Wow.
But like,
How do we just do Uncle John P. Key like that?
he's an amazing.
Anyway.
He's amazing. But when he sit down in that leisure suit, I think Grimace. So it is what it is. I don't know what you
We're
want to say.
not gonna do this to the OG. Anyway,
I mean, they picked Kirk up like a toddler, so I can say what I want at this point.
that's funny. They did pick up Kirk like a purse, like a handbag.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So I definitely think it's true, in the sense that
I don't prefer skinny men, Judon. If you're gonna show up to me skinny, just be prepared to get fat. Is what I'm saying. If you show up skinny, just be prepared to get fat. Okay, that's all.
That is hilarious to me. Listen, so yeah. I just think when you get older, the frivolous things start falling off, and the core value things become a lot more
Not to me.
important than the he gotta have, she gotta have kind of thing. Except if you're Goss, but we already know Goss may or may not have a true desire to be married. So he's just trying to stunt on the gram with Whitney.
Lost and found. I did not say. Yo,
Lord, Lost about say he gotta have
Every
teeth,
time I say something,
fat,
y'all
and a believer.
so-
Only about 20 of them dudes out there. I know a lot of big dudes that are believers.
I did not say fat. Okay, I said you gotta be a big dude. You gotta be a big boy. I don't like a Winston Duke type thick. You gotta be swole, but not muscular. You don't have to be muscular swole. I don't mind a dad bod, just not a skinny dad bod. Oh my God, guys, I hate having these conversations with y'all.
That is funny to me. We be characterizing Key all kinds of ways. It's funny. But there is one specific thing, Key, that we have actually not brought up all show. Let's see if we can get another subject out without bringing that up.
Lord.
Amen. Yo, listen, so we did fly by these
like
topics. We are on to our last topic. Make sure to like and subscribe, do all the things. We definitely appreciate you guys being here every Wednesday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, part of the Tastemakers community. No doubt.
Yo, Charles is cutting up in these comments, bro. A holy husk.
A holy husk. Wow.
He does not have
Lost
to
and
breathe
found
heavy.
said, does he have to breathe heavy? Does he need?
Yo, you know what I realized?
Yo, like, does he have sleep apnea or what? Yo.
Y'all, are y'all trying to match me with people? Because every time I mention anything like this, y'all go in on me in these comments. Are y'all trying to find somebody? If that's because other than that, these questions, there's a lot of questioning. Is like, it's a barrage of questions for one person.
That is funny.
He does not have to have a CPAP machine. Yo, y'all are wild. Like, I don't want to talk no more. I'm done.
Listen.
CPAP is crazy.
Funny. Yo, there's be a lot of kids out here with CPAP. Charles said CPAP included. Oh my goodness. Listen, so Patreon. Join the group chat. Go to patreon.com.
Tastemakers.
Class. We do more than make a living, we make a life. When everything is dark, we are the light. We are the tastemakers, aight. Let tomorrow tell the stories that we make tonight. We do more than make a living, we make